Mallett, Strategic Success Coach, and today we are talking. It's Thursday, and we talk about tenacious living on Thursdays, really clinging to or adhering to a life that is where we are not only wealthy, but healthy, impactful, and living a more purpose-filled, purpose-driven, purpose-focused life. I want to share some of the key takeaways that I learned from Nipsey Hussle as they prepare to celebrate his life, his legacy, and lay his body to rest today. I thought he would be a perfect person or example of someone to talk about today for tenacious living because he is someone who really stuck to a core set of principles that he followed not only in his music career but in building his community, building a solid business base. One of the things that he was known for that I must share is that he said that life and business is not a sprint, it's a marathon. So if you followed him for any amount of time, then you know he had this very out of the box concept for the Marathon store, which is in LA on Clawson, I believe, where the area where he grew up. And so the key takeaways that I wanted to share with you are one, let me get my notes because I want to make sure I keep focused on the three that I wanted to highlight because I have quite a few notes about some of the things that he said or principles that he lived by. I think everyone is both your student and your teacher. And so everyone that you come across is either both your student and your teacher. And I think you can learn something from everyone. I don't think you're only supposed to learn from your teachers in school or your mentors. I think everyone you come across in your life has the ability to teach you something, even if it's, the man on the street. You are learning the lesson of if you overindulge in XYZ substance, this could be your life. You're going to learn a lesson. Now it's up to us to adhere to the lessons that are being taught or that are being shown to us so that we can change our lives for the better. Because there's really only two ways that our lives change. I talk about this all the time. Our lives only change by design or by default. And when you design the life that you want, I can guarantee you're going to love it on the other end. Now, if your life changes by default, you're more than likely not going to like the destination at which you arrive. And so for this tenacious living segment, I'm going to talk about three key things that I learned from the life of Nipsey Hussle. So the first one is have a crystal clear vision for your life. You can definitely say he had a clear mission for his life. He had a clear mission for his music. He had a clear mission for where he wanted his business to go. He had a clear vision for what he wanted the marathon store and that whole marathon concept. He had a clear vision for that. But you also have to have a clear vision for your life. You have to have a clear vision of where you want to be from a financial perspective. You have to have a clear vision of where you want to be from a health perspective. You have to have a clear vision of how you plan to impact the world, how you plan to advance humankind, how you plan to make the world better than when you found it, and then how you're going to be purposeful and intentional in doing that. Two, he talked about you have to love what you do. And I remember hearing an interview of his, it was a couple of years ago, and he said that you have to, there was a time where I didn't love what I was doing. Yes, I was getting up and on the outside, it looked like I was okay with the process, but I really didn't love at the heart of who he was. He knew he wasn't in love with what he was doing, his, street activity or what have you. But he said, but when I began to focus on my music, when music began to be his outlet, he began to love what he did. And not only did he love what he was doing, he was able to share that gift with the world, and then he was able to eat from that gift. And so that is one of the things as people not only entrepreneurs, but just as human beings, we need to uncover our gift, uncover that thing that we love to do, that we do so effortlessly, and then we have to share that gift with the world so that we can be able to eat off that gift, so we can that gift can be able to sustain us from a financial perspective. The third thing, excuse me, that I learned from Nipsey Hussle, he talked about being your own boss. And I think this is really key and pivotal because when we talk about the three different ways that you earn money, there are M1, M2, and M3. So when we talk about the M1 strategy, everyone knows this income earning strategy well because it is where you trade your time for someone else's money. You know, you work 40 hours a week, your job gives you a paycheck, you get paid an hourly wage for so many hours of work, and then your employer pays you. But really, you have to learn how to be your own boss. And so, one of the things tying back to the other two principles that I shared, one and two, they all are integral and go harmoniously well with the third principle of be your own boss, because when you uncover your gift, when you have a crystal clear vision for your life, then you can be your own boss. You can enjoy the fruit of your gift. You can enjoy a profitability structure, a profit from the thing that you do so well, that thing that you could do in your sleep, the thing that no one has to pry you out of bed or to pull your legs to even get you to do it. You do it without any apprehension or reservation. And so that can be the thing that you eat from, you live from, that can produce a nice side income for you, even if you wanted to keep what you do as a 9 to 5 job as your main thing. You can also do make your 5 to 9 something that pays you just as well. So the three key principles that I learned from the life and legacy of Nipsey Hussle was, one, have a crystal clear vision for your life, because there are only two ways that our lives change, by design or by default. So if you are not living the life that you truly desire, then it's time that you design what your dream life, your ideal life looks like. Excuse me. Two, you have to love what you do and do what you love. So if you are going to a job every day that you hate, if you are stuck in traffic, doing something, going to a place that you would rather not be, then you have to go back to number one, design your dream ideal life, and then create the plan to get there. And then three, be your own boss. You have to develop and design a strategy where that you can be profitable from your purpose, that you can uncover your gift, serve it to humanity, and make a nice or sustainable income doing that. So those are three of the core things that I learned from the life and legacy of Nipsey Hussle. So as they prepare to celebrate his life, celebrate his legacy, and lay his body to rest today, I want you to know that everyone is always either your student, I shouldn't say either, both your student and your teacher. And so those are the things that I learned from the life and legacy of Nipsey Hussle. And I hope that you all take some time and get to understand not only the musical artist that he was, the businessman that he was, the philanthropist that he was, the community activist that he was, the father that he was. I hope that you understand that he was a human being. So although there may be areas of his life maybe where you disagree with, there are also areas of his life that can be points of lessons learned, points of discussion, topics where you can take notes and take action and further and better your life, further advance your life because of the things that he shared in his life. So I hope something that I share with you today will be a key takeaway from you. If you have any key takeaways, one thing I want you to do is share them in the comments. If you're watching this by replay, then put hashtag replay so that I know that you caught this by the replay. But I want you to think about this question. I'm going to leave every live session with this. What will you do today to change the world? What will you do? We know what Nipsey Hussle did to change the world. His life, his legacy is a reflection of that. What will you do besides going to a job that you probably don't enjoy, spending time in traffic, working with people that you would probably rather not mix with if you had a choice? What are you going to do to change the world? How are you going to design your dream life and develop a plan to make that dream your reality? So this has been LaKeisha Mallett, your strategic success coach to your success.